Yo, the views and the expressions of Bone Man's program are not necessarily the views and expressions of Cat Television.
Viewer discretion is advised, boneheads. Hello there, boneheads, and welcome to another episode of the Bone Man Show. I got another fun-filled interview for you. Straight from Carrollton, Missouri. I introduce to you Bill Fisher.
Hey,
Hey, thanks for coming on the show, man.
thanks for having me.
So how you feeling today?
Great, grand, wonderful, fantastic.
You do stand-up comedy, huh?
I attempt to. I get up and I tell jokes, and people sometimes laugh at them. Usually people I know that like me. And
I see. And how's that working out for you?
Awesome.
Oh,
Not really. Actually, no, it's going really good. I started out in Tennessee, in Chattanooga, doing stand-up comedy at the urging of some friends. And since then, I grew a beard, and I moved up here. Was out of it for about 4 years, and had some friends really talk me into it, getting back into it, and felt really comfortable. Drunk is what I mean by comfortable. And
okay.
got back up and did it.
You know, like I'm trying to be less self-centered. Like instead of like masturbating constantly, I try to give other strangers hand jobs, and it's not sexual. No, stop. It's not sexual. Dude, if that little weird fucking guy with the hat from the Dave Matthews Band can just walk around hugging people on that video, why can't I take it up a notch? Why can't I push the envelope?
And it felt good.
Well, it should feel good. It's a pretty natural thing, but not a lot of people can, get up in front of a crowd. What have been some of the struggles and challenges you've faced over the years?
I firmly believe in doing new material. And, I try to get up as often as I can, and I want to always do something new. And the problem with doing something new is it doesn't always go great. Sometimes it goes horrible. Sometimes people aren't into it. But I find if you just get up and tell the same jokes over and over, people don't really care. People are like, oh, I know what he's going to say, and it's boring. And something about that live wire edge, I really feed off. I really like trying things out and trying to win people over. And feeling if something new is not working, how can I turn it? How can I pull them in? Feels good. I like it.
Interesting. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty advanced like technique for a whole lot of performers. At least nowadays, they.
It's a classy technique's a fancy term by flying, just pulling your head out of your ass, I guess. But just getting up there like a jackass and doing what you can. It's a talent of mine. I don't know if I can curse on here. Can I curse?
Oh yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Well, I don't usually curse a lot. That's not true. Anybody sees me? I need to work on cursing. I do curse too much. It's a problem. I find cursing's a lot. It's like masturbation. Like, your parents know you do it. You just don't want to do it in front of them.
Yeah.
And you definitely don't want to be seen on the internet doing it on a video with a guy wearing a skull mask.
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know. That might get a lot of hits. There's some real freaky people out there.
Yes. It's true.
Some real
I'm
freaks.
actually probably related to some of them. That's why I got to fly under the radar with this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of your influences.
Comedy-wise, three big guys. Richard Pryor. I learned a lot from him and his timing and how you could tell a simple story and really pull somebody in. Flip side of that coin, the second greatest, I compare them, they're equal. George Carlin. He brought in the fact that you can be really freaking smart and do stand-up. I think he launched 1,000 ships with his intelligence and the way being smart is funny. You're not a, I mean, it's okay to be a dork and be intelligent and think at a higher level. Everything's not fart jokes. But
Right.
he could always bring it back to a hilarious fart
Yeah.
joke. And third, the late Mitch Hedberg.
Oh, okay.
That
yeah.
guy was the master of the random left field one-liners. And I feel like my comedy is a combination of all three. It's being a real person, my random thoughts, and a certain level of intelligence that not everybody's going to get, but the people that come along for the ride are going to really like it.
Oh, it sounds like you're well on your way to the total package.
Like Lex Luger, the wrestler.
Yeah.
So that's a random reference that nobody will probably get, except for Josh Beck. Hi, Josh, if you watch this, he'll get that.
Perhaps we could touch on your upbringing here. Maybe you could talk a little about your family and friends. Are they weird people? Are they not weird enough?
Both. I have some family that are so not weird, it's freaking weird. And I have some family, I probably never would have got up on this stage if it wasn't for times I can remember all my uncles and my dad while we're out camping, just standing around being so ridiculous about, like, somebody will say one little thing, and 2 months later, we're still standing around joking about it. And it's, that's where a lot of the fly by the seat of my pants thing came from. Also my uncle Brent and my uncle Keith, the crazy Scotch-Irish side of the family, just getting together and goofing off. And I remember madness, like playing board games at Christmas and our card games and putting people in front of the sliding glass window so you could see their cards. Your family, like people that, playing, like my grandma at Christmas was like, welcome to Christmas. Anyway, she gave us all, gives everybody money, all the grandkids money, and then she takes it back playing poker the same night.
Man.
There's a lot of characters there and a lot of references. And I have family that spans the whole spectrum. And they're a big part of what I do. And I know they're embarrassed that I say bad words.
Oh,
But I try
well,
not to.
I'm probably just going to have to get over it. Like, how do other outlets of media seem to influence you, like horror movies or comic books?
Right. There's three of them. Comic books, horror movies, and music are my three. It's my free time. I love reading regular books, but I find there's something about comics that pulls in the visual appeal. I started like everybody else anybody else that reads comics on, your simpler superhero stuff. Then I found myself gravitating towards the darkness, and one particular guy, Garth Ennis, is a brilliant writer. In the 90s, he had a book called Preacher through the Vertigo input that was brilliant. And then he transferred into The Punisher, which is Dork Moment, my favorite comic book character. And then he is also working on a series that's about to come to an end called The Boys, which is about a CIA supergroup, or a group of guys that basically watch superheroes because in this universe, superheroes are horrible people. They do everything, rock stars and everything, just vulgar, horrible stuff, and they're designed to stop them. What I learned from him and other people along those lines is he's a great Irish writer, so there's a lot of drinking, fucking, and fighting in his books. And it made me go from a kid to growing up that this is a medium that completely transfers. Like cartoons or anything, it's just what you put into it. It all transfers. And as far as music, I wouldn't be alive today without music. Everything from Aerosmith to ZZ Top, top to bottom. Metallica, obviously my favorite band, but I can listen to Johnny Cash or the Ghetto Boys just as easy. There's something about music that takes you to another place that
Yeah,
is
definitely.
just a beautiful thing. And I try to incorporate some of that rhythm and that live energy you get from going to a live show, because nothing on the planet can touch that, and I try to incorporate that in my comics or in my stand-up comedy. And horror movies are the funniest thing on the planet to me. I know that's weird, but like some of the really scary ones get me, but it's very rare. Normally, like Evil Dead and stuff like that, I just laugh constantly, and like that's where I've developed a lot of my I guess my desire to always find a moment to laugh, even when things, like, I've had a really hard week, a lot of personal tragedies, and, sorry, I lost a good friend, Caleb, I miss you, buddy. And my aunt, within the same week, Aunt Kathy, miss you too.
Well, that's too bad.
Thank you. But anyway, like I was saying, through those different mediums, I've learned to laugh in the face of really hard things, and I think that's a gift. I believe in God in a roundabout way, but I do, and I believe that it was a gift that was given to me. It's not ego. It was a gift that was given to me to help other people in those times, and it's something I don't take lightly. And when I'm in those situations, I feel like, it feels really good to make somebody laugh in a very bad, hard time. And I think that's something I try to pass on, and I try to, bring that into my own life when I'm dealing with hard times too. And I think comedy, whether it's on a stage or it's two people standing at a bar or at a funeral, being able to look somebody in the eye and laugh, it takes so much weight off of them, off you, and just gets rid of it for just a little bit. And I think that's a beautiful, awesome thing.
Oh yeah, do you have any videos on who is it, Bill Donald's
Yes.
YouTube?
Yes, I do. Bill, the first person in a very long time to fly below my gaydar. I love that guy. He's hilarious. Motherfucker! On his site, Bill does a great service to all of us doing the stand-up. He films everything, puts it up, looks in a beautiful, beautiful way, and really looks professional and great. It is professional. It's amazing what he does for free. He doesn't charge anybody. He does it for love of the game. So thank you, Bill, Donald. Yeah, it's on, if you go to his, the as yet unnamed comedy show.
I'll put a link right here.
If you go there, or simply go to YouTube and type in Bill Fisher Comedy, it'll pop up. If it's this beautiful face, filmed by Bill Donald, then that's the right stuff. I have 3 things up there right now, and roughly every 2 to 3 weeks, something new will keep popping up. Hopefully.
That sounds awesome, man.
Hopefully, it's not a child of herpes
Yeah, let's hope.
or a child with herpes.
Well, on the topic of herpes, could you touch on
Herpes?
no? Could you touch on some of your goals? with your
Not
comedy
get
and-
herpes.
No
would be a
herpes.
goal.
One,
I have 1 herp currently. I don't want any more.
just one.
Yes. No. Yes. I guess avoiding. Actually, I just don't want to go to work anymore. Really. No. What it is, I view this as a stepping stone, and I really want to do comedy full time. I feel like I can. I feel like I see a lot of people on stage, and this is gonna sound cocky, but I feel like I see a lot of people on stage at a higher level that have either had it and lost it, or just don't care anymore. People like actors and everything, and it just feels like it's handed to them, and I feel like I could do it or do better. And I honestly feel like as the link right there will probably show at the As Yet Untitled comedy show, I feel like I'm surrounded by people that are as good or better than me, and it's so awesome to be in that environment. There are some true talent, or truly talented people out there.
I agree.
It's just, I want to be one of them. I really think that I have what it takes. And honestly, I didn't at one point just for self-esteem issues or whatever. And I got to thank, shout out, Amanda Clean Scales, you. Rachel Boaz, you. Me, for listening to them, because I'm awesome. Not really. Those 2 amazing ladies refused to let me not believe in myself, and I have to thank them on here. But besides that, friends, family, everybody, my Uncle Tim, telling me that I'm funny and that I should do this, that not understanding why I don't. Also, my buddy Caleb that passed away telling me he's really proud of me for getting back up there and not to quit. That's my goal. I wanna move forward with this and make a career out of it.
Oh, but that sounds great.
Thank you.
That sounds like a great goal. And yeah, you are definitely well on your way. I hear you trying to put on a show coming up here in the next month.
Yes, February the 23rd at A&J's Wasted Space in Carrollton. Great dive bar. I do not mean dive as an insult. You walk in, concrete floor, old wood bar, Really awesome place. Great vibe. It's in the middle of nowhere, but I promise you they're smart. But here's the thing. There's so many cool, different, smart people coming in there. I'm going to go from memory, so I hope I don't offend anybody that I've asked to do the show because I drink a lot. Speaking of drinking a lot, Gabby Morin does the stand-up show here in Columbia. She's going to come up and do it. Brilliant, awesome, seriously smart, drunk. She can't help it, but she's brilliant. She's going to do it. Rob Harris, my big half-black brother from another mother, who I talk to constantly on Facebook, but like,
Oh, he's very funny.
like most white people, I'm terrified to talk to him in person. Then there's, which is not true. I can't wait to get around him and hang out. Let's see, Josh Beck, who runs the show here in town, is going to come up and do a set.
Awesome.
Lewis, I can't even say it. Is it Dorflinger?
Yes.
Why does it sound like some kind of weird sex toy? Especially because of knowing him.
Oh, but just look at his head.
It looks like a sex
Look
toy.
at his head.
He has the only guy I know that might have a darker, more fucked up sense of humor than I do.
Oh yeah, he's
But
pretty
that's
dark.
what makes him brilliant.
Yeah.
He's almost as dark as Rob without actually having black in him. For a really pasty guy, he's pretty dark humored. And Patrick Moran, I can't. He's funny. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce things.
That's all that matters is he's funny.
Yeah, I saw him do a set. He threw like 30 AIDS jokes in it. It was hilarious. And then a couple other people to be announced. By to be announced, I mean I forgot you. But I'm on the spot here. But yeah, it's gonna be great. Check out my Facebook page, just Bill Fisher, Carrollton, Missouri, on your Facebookings. And I will constantly post it, or look up ANJ's Wasted Space in Carrollton. Bill Donnell is coming. I can't believe I forgot him. He's gonna do a set, and he's actually gonna film it, make it look great. He's gonna
All
be
right.
posting a flyer up too on the interwebs to help, times and places and whatnot. And yeah, so definitely watch more on that. But it's gonna be a fantastic, seriously great time. I'm gonna drink a lot of Guinness.
I hope you do. Well, this interview's been all over the place. We've touched on all kinds of things. We've touched feelings. We've touched body parts, all kinds of yucky stuff. But
Wash my
nonetheless,
hands.
it's been very entertaining having you on the show,
sir.
Bill.
Thank you. I
And,
appreciate it.
And be sure to check him out on the internet, folks. And you can check me out on Twitter at Bone Man Variety. I'll catch you later, boneheads.
Bye.
This program was produced with the assistance of CAT facilities at Stevens College in Columbia, Missouri. Copyright 2013. Bone Man.